If you've been wondering whether now is a good time to buy or sell our home, you're definitely not alone. The June numbers are in, and while we're still in a buyer's market, there are actually some really encouraging opportunities, whether you're buying, selling, or thinking about making a move. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Hi, I'm Rob Hoffman. I've been helping people buy and sell homes here in Chilliwack and Abbotsford for over 30 years. Every month, I go through all the latest market statistics, and I know numbers aren't everyone's favorite thing. So, my job is to translate all of that into what it actually means if you're thinking about buying or selling. So, grab a coffee, let's take a look at what happened in June. Let's start with Chilliwack. The biggest story continues to be inventory. There are now just over 1,200 homes for sale, while 204 homes sold during June. That works out to about 7 months of inventory, which keeps us firmly in a buyer's market. Now, you might be wondering, well, what does that actually mean? It simply means buyers have more choices. They're taking their time. They're comparing homes. They're negotiating a little more than they could a couple of years ago. Prices have softened a bit too. Detached homes are down about 3% from last year. Townhomes are down just over 8%, while condos have actually been the bright spot. They've increased by almost 10%. Here's the interesting part. Homes are still selling. They're just taking a little longer, about 5 weeks on average. And honestly, that is a much healthier pace than the frenzy we experienced a few years ago. Abbotsford's telling a very similar story. Over 1,250 new listings came onto the market last month, giving buyers lots of choice. Prices are down from where they were a year ago, with detached homes down almost 8%, Abbotsford townhomes down about 7%, and the condos down around 9%. And homes are generally selling in about a month. To me, this is the biggest takeaway. The market hasn't stopped. It's simply become more thoughtful. Buyers aren't making emotional decisions anymore. They're asking more questions. They're taking a second look. They're making sure they buy the right home. Now, the other piece of the puzzle is interest rates. They've remained pretty stable over the past little while, which makes budgeting and planning a whole lot easier. And when you combine today's mortgage rates with the fact that the Fraser Valley home prices are roughly 26% below the 2022 peak, affordability is definitely improved. If I were a buyer today, I'd be looking at this as an opportunity to shop with a little more confidence and a lot less pressure. So, what does all this mean? For buyers, I think this is one of the better markets we've seen in several years. You've got choices, you've got negotiating power, and maybe best of all, you actually have time to make good decisions. Now, if you're a seller, please don't let these headlines discourage you. I know it's easy to hear the words buyer's market and wonder, well, is this even the right time to sell? But that's what I'm seeing every day. Homes are still selling. The difference today is that buyers have much more choice. So homes that are priced well, they're prepared properly, they're marketed professionally, those are the ones getting the attention. This is one of those markets where having the right professionals in your corner can make a huge difference. A knowledgeable realtor, great photography, thoughtful marketing, strong negotiation, and the right pricing strategy all work together to help your home stand out. I've always believed that markets change, but good advice never goes out of style. Now, I've seen strong markets, I've seen slow markets, I've seen everything in between over the past 30 plus years. One thing I've learned is that every market presents opportunities. You just have to approach it with the right strategy. So, if you're thinking of relocating to Chilliwack or Abbotsford, this is actually a great time to get to know the area. You can explore neighborhoods, compare homes, and make a decision without feeling rushed. My final thoughts, what's my overall take? Honestly, I like this market. It's calmer, it's more balanced. People are making thoughtful decisions instead of rushed ones. So whether you're buying or selling, there are opportunities out there. The key is having a plan that's built around your goals, not just reacting to the headlines. Real estate is local, and Every neighborhood tells a slightly different story. That's why it's so important to understand what's happening right here in Chilliwack and Abbotsford. So, if you're thinking about buying, selling, or maybe you're just curious what your home might be worth in today's market, give me a shout. I'd be happy to come over, have a coffee, and talk through your options. Sometimes, quick conversation is all it takes to get really good information to make excellent decisions. Thanks so much for watching this video, and stay safe, have a fantastic summer, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.